gosh. Here we go. All right, here we go. All right, let's get in focus. Hey there, I'm Danielle Toronto. Today, we are talking about the interview questions that I think you should ask your band or DJ before you hire them. Let's get started. I know all of you are not, most of you anyway, are not professional musicians, and it's really hard, and this is probably your first time planning a wedding, let's be honest, that you are going to be hiring a band, a live band, or a DJ, or a combination of both. I just don't know what to do or what to ask them. So I wanted to share my interview questions that I came up with that I think are super important. So let's get started. I think the first question that's really important is what's most popular. I want you to hear what your band or DJ does the most all the time, because that is going to be, number one, the safest bet, and two, whatever their most popular thing is, if that's what you're looking for, then this is going to be a good fit. And then ask what that includes, so really get to the bottom of everything. If it's a band, start asking how many musicians are in that most popular option. That's going to give you the best idea about what the cost is. I want you to be asking your band or DJ what their extra cost is, an add-on cost, you can call it, for a ceremony. They can either have a separate ceremony set up, or the band can come have a few instruments to add on for you to play along with. I'd say guitar, keys, and saxophone is really cool. Some of the pieces of the band can be for the ceremony. So definitely ask what their cost is for that add-on. Okay, the next thing you want to ask about for a band or DJ is what they need for space and power. And I think this is super important because we don't really know normally what power things they need or what space they need. So asking if the band needs a stage to perform, because either your venue's going to have it or you're going to have to rent it from your rental company, and you just want to make sure you have everything you need to know. Asking about space, power, and a stage is super, super, super important, and everyone might have different requirements. You just never know. My next question for them would be, do you, as a band leader, charge more for special requests? So you really want to make sure that you know how much they're charging, because normally what they would do is have one song that they'll do for free, probably your first dance song. And I'm going to talk about bands now, because this is a band is totally different than a DJ. DJ can play basically any song, but a band, a whole other thing. So if you were looking to hire a band, asking them how many songs they'll learn for free is super, super, super important. If you want a bunch of really kind of favorite songs that are on some deep cuts on your favorite track, you know what I'm saying? Then you need to find out it might cost you a little bit more than what you normally might spend if you just used one of their playlists that they already have. My next question is, what about your attire? What do they wear? For a DJ, do you want them to be super cool and fancy? Do you want them to match your decor and your napkins? They can always match your napkins if you want. You can always share your Pinterest board with them for inspiration. You want to ask what your female artists are wearing if you're talking about a band, and what your male artists are wearing. So female artists can wear long sparkly black, or if they're gonna be in the dance band, you want some fun minis that super match your vibe. Here's another one that I think people don't really think about until it's kind of too late. We want to talk about meals and drinks. What we really just need to know is, and what you want to find out about what your band expects. Does your DJ expect to be fed? Does he expect to drink at the event? Do you not want them to drink? What is their food and drink policy? Because we've all heard crazy horror stories, right? About these DJs getting super drunk, or the band gets super drunk and they spend all this money at your wedding. then some people don't care. So just ask them about their meal preferences. What meal breaks do they take? Do they keep playing music with it? How do they take their breaks? If you're talking to your band, ask them about their dance sets. So ask them when they recommend a dance set to start. How long do they play for? Do they play continuously for the whole 4 hours? Do they kind of do rotating breaks as you go? Or are they going to take hard stop breaks and then you have to figure out how to kind of fill in the gaps in there? That gets tricky. Make sure whatever band you're getting or DJ you're getting really works for you and you've kind of like, dug through and worked out these kinks. Because I think you'll be surprised. Some bands that may be a little on the cheaper end, they're going to do a solid 45-minute dance set, and then like literally just leave the stage. I mean, if you want that, fine, go for it. But don't say I didn't warn you. Venue logistics. So what you want to ask is, have they ever worked at this venue before? It's okay if they haven't. It's totally fine. If you are getting married at a new venue, they're not going to have work there. They won't have photos of their setup there. That's not an indicator that they're not going to be good. It's just that maybe they can do a site visit beforehand. There's nothing wrong with that. Right? If they do have experience with that venue before, ask them what the challenges are about that venue. Like one of the venues that I work with in by the shore is like the load in is like up the stairs, down the stairs, in the back, up the stairs again, and down, and then back up. It takes a lot longer to set stuff up, like load stuff in, set stuff up, and then load stuff out than other venues where it's literally like out the back door, out the, loading dock, like into your truck, and that's it. That might be something to ask them as well. And only they'll know that insider information if they're pro. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video or you learned something, then like and subscribe down below. And make sure you turn on your notifications so that you can get notified when All Things Wedding releases their video every single Wednesday. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time on All Things Wedding with me, Danielle.